What's up, everybody, and welcome to a Saturday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium. Big Saturday. A lot of sports today. Basketball, hockey, NFL football. 3 games in the NFL today. And we're going to have a teaser parlay for all 3 of those games. No video yesterday to take our daughter to see some Christmas lights, so just didn't have time yesterday. On the week, though, if you've been trailing all of the picks, we are 12, 11, and 1, and we're up 1.21 units. So a bit of a rocky day. We had a great Tuesday, an awesome Tuesday, up almost 4 units on Tuesday. Slid down a little bit, but hoping for a great weekend. I really like the parlay bet. That's going to be the third bet I'll talk about today, but we are going to start in the National Basketball Association. I've been ride or die with the New Orleans Pelicans lately, and it's been a die, it's been a push, so we're hoping to get the win today. So the New Orleans Pelicans are in Phoenix tonight. I like the money line on the Pelicans. It's plus 140, so we're going to take a bit of a risk here. But when you look at the numbers, so New Orleans is 18-10 on the season. Phoenix is 17-12. So New Orleans is actually the better team. On the road, the Pelicans are 6-7. At home, Phoenix has been very good. They are 12-3. The big concern is that DeAndre Ayton is going to miss tonight's game with an ankle injury. He missed the last game with a left ankle sprain. He will not play tonight against the Pelicans. So you're going to have Zion Williams down low without Phoenix's best big man defender down low. Okay, so I really like that. Pelicans are only 2-5 ATS in the last 7 meetings in Phoenix. However, this is the third time they've played really in the last 8 days. So they last played 6 days ago on December 11th. New Orleans won that game 129-124 in overtime. Then they've played on December the 9th, and New Orleans won that game 128-117. So they've won back-to-back games against Phoenix. They're still rolling. They're still playing very well. When you look at New Orleans' last 10 games, they have lost their last 2, both against Utah, as we talked about, 1 in overtime. But they beat Phoenix. Those are the previous 2 games. Lost to Detroit, but beat Denver, San Antonio, and Toronto. So they've been playing really good basketball. Phoenix, on the other hand, not so much. So they beat the Clippers last time out, but before that they lost at Houston, lost at New Orleans twice, lost at Boston, lost at Dallas. They're really not playing very well, and I think without DeAndre Ayton in there, I think it's going to be a problem. I think New Orleans is going to be able to take that game. So the spread is plus 3.5. Not terrible if you just want to take the spread. I think it's at minus 120, but again, I've had some good luck earlier in the week. I want to keep that riding, and I'm just going to go Pelicans money line, plus 140. I got that at DraftKings for 1 unit. Now let's shift to the NFL, okay? There's 3 matchups tonight. We've got, today, I should say, we've got Baltimore at Cleveland. We've got the Minnesota Vikings playing host to the Indianapolis Colts, and the night game should be a great game. We've got Miami at Buffalo. Going to start the day just with straight up spread bet. I've got the Baltimore Ravens plus 3 against Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland is really that good. Their record would indicate that at 5-8. Since Deshaun Watson has come back, they've lost at Cincinnati. They've beat Houston. They beat Tampa Bay. I don't think Deshaun Watson has really found his groove yet. Is that going to happen today against Baltimore? I don't know. I think Baltimore's defense is going to show up. It's a big game. It's the first Saturday game of the season. There's going to be a whole slate of Saturday games next week for Christmas Eve. This is a big game. I think Harbaugh's going to have the Baltimore Ravens prepared. Ravens have played under lately. It's 4-0 in their last 4 Saturday games, 4-0 in their last 4 against the AFC North. Under is 5-1 in their Ravens' last 6 after allowing less than 90 yards rushing in their previous game, and it's also 5-1 in their last 6 just against the AFC in general, right? The last 8 times these teams have met in Cleveland, the Ravens are 6-1-1 ATS, 5-1 in their last 6 overall, and the road team is 18-7-1 ATS in the last 26 times these 2 teams have met. I like Baltimore here at plus 3. They might even win this football game, and plus we have the push potential if it's just a field goal. So I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens at plus 3. We got that for minus 120. That's at Bet365. Now for the teaser parlay, okay? So we already broke down the Baltimore-Cleveland game. I like Baltimore at plus 3. We're going to do a 6-point, is it 6-point? Not sure. 5-point teaser here. Baltimore plus 7.5. So we already broke that down. So we're going to get them at plus 7.5. Then we're going to take the first game of the day, which is Minnesota and Indianapolis. I'm going to take Minnesota plus 7.5. Minnesota's already the 3.5-point favorites. They are 10-3 on the season. They're 6-1 at home. Indy is 4-8. They're 2-4 away from Indianapolis, and I just don't think that the Colts can win this game. But just to be safe, for teaser potential, we're going to take it all the way up to Minnesota plus 7.5. And then the last leg, of course, is the big night game, Dolphins at Buffalo. We've got 8-5 Miami against 10-3 Buffalo. Buffalo's 4-1 at home. It's supposed to be cold. It might be a little bit snowy. I don't think the snow is going to have an effect, but I think the temperature might. Miami's used to playing in, obviously, the sun of Florida. And I just have Buffalo at minus 1.5. So essentially a pick 'em as long as they win by more than 1 point. They are... What are the odds on them right now? They're minus 7.5 favorites as it is. So if they can just win by 2 points, then we're going to cash that teaser. And that teaser is plus 111. We've got that at FanDuel. Okay, so just to run that back, Minnesota Vikings plus 7.5, Baltimore Ravens plus 7.5, and the Buffalo Bills minus 1.5 gets you to plus 111 at FanDuel. All these 3 bets are for 1 unit. So just to go over the card, we've got the Pelicans on the money line at Phoenix for plus 140. I like the Baltimore Ravens straight up, on their own, plus 3, minus 120 for 1 unit. And then our teaser parlay, Minnesota, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Probably will have some more picks to put on Twitter later today. We are going to a Christmas party this afternoon, so I'm not sure. We've had some good luck with player props lately that I'm really liking, especially in the NBA with things like assists and steals, sort of the lower number player props, and combining them into parlays, which I've quite liked lately. So you can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium. Have a great Saturday. Feel free to drop a comment if you're fading or following. Let's talk some awesome sports this weekend.